I really thought I would do a little kind of bit on this episode where I'd kind of show my belly and go, oh, but I thought better of it. No one wants to see my big hairy belly. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, I am a geek, you're watching Kevin the Geek, and it is time for something borrowed. This is my review of the episode where Rhys and Gwen finally get married here in Torchwood. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, check out all of my previous Torchwood reviews, check out all of my previous Doctor Who reviews, check out all my previous Doctor Who rankings, and please stay tuned for the upcoming Doctor Who 60th anniversary. I've got quite a few different things planned. I've got a couple of rankings that I've got planned. I do want to do a reaction to some Classic Who, because Classic Who, I've basically seen pretty much nothing of it. And so these are some of the things I've kind of got planned, but you guys should also make your suggestions as well. But of course, the main thing will be the 3 special episodes featuring David Tennant as the 14th Doctor. So make sure you stick around for those, because at the moment what I would like to do is a sort of a watch along. Obviously that will depend on me being able to do them live. Obviously I'm still kind of finding my way a little bit. But please do stick around, check out all of my stuff with Doctor Who, and of course Torchwood. I'm going to continue doing all of my reviews for Torchwood as well. So today, of course, it is the wedding of Rhys and Gwen, and this is a very light-hearted episode, and it kind of needed to be, because the past 3 episodes have been really dark. And you know what, actually, no, I'd even maybe say the previous 4, because Adam was pretty dark as well. And obviously it's going to get even darker the rest of this series. And so if you're going to do a Torchwood spin on a wedding, then you kind of need to make it a little bit cheesy. And this is what it did in this episode. And it's one that some people, I think, find it a little bit too cheesy. But for me, I think it got the balance about right between the level of cheesiness and the level of kind of serious drama to it. I have to say, with this episode, Toshiko, first of all, when she comes in wearing what she's going to wear to the wedding, Owen's response...
Whoa, look at you.
Do you like it?
Drop dead gorgeous, Tosh, and I think I speak with some authority.
That is a spot-on reaction. That is exactly, I think, what pretty much everybody is thinking. Tosh looks freaking hot there, I'll tell you. And you know what? I would say that Owen is a fool for never having seen that side of Toshiko before. And she has a lot of sass in this episode. Really sassy. I think, so, you know, some of the like the responses that she gives to Banana Boat, I thought was freaking hilarious.
I'm Banana. Suppose you can tell why.
You come up in spots and go soft quickly. Sorry, I'm intolerant to vasoactive-amines. Bananas make me vomit.
Hey, baby. If you're looking for my room, you've just passed it, mind?
I'm not. Don't call me baby.
So what's your call, man? Beautiful?
Don't call me anything. Don't say anything.
Someone! Help! Help! Oh.
That's enough. Unless you want to start singing in falsetto.
Ow.
Now, of course, the wedding is the big focus of this episode, and, you know, my logical head would be saying, what the hell was Jack thinking, sending Gwen out the night before her wedding? You know, couldn't he have got Owen to go after him? Couldn't he have got Tosh or Yanto? Or couldn't he have just gone himself? Sending out the woman who's literally getting married and is supposed to be going on a hen do that night. I mean, you know, that's very irresponsible and not very good leadership from him, I must say. But, of course, it sets into motion the whole situation, and they handled the situation pretty well, I would say. Particularly when it comes to Gwen and Rhys's family. Because if you're going to go ahead with a wedding where the bride is revealing a surprise pregnancy on the day of the wedding, you know, again, when you think about it logically, that's a pretty crappy thing to do. Now, I know of people who have suffered miscarriages and who have suffered stillbirths. And realistically, that's the avenue that Gwen would have had to have gone down, you know, if she didn't retcon them. And there's no good that could have come out of that scenario. And Gwen, although I would say it's kind of admirable that she really wants to get married to Rhys, she's not thinking straight. Jack was completely right. She needed to postpone the wedding. Because how could you tell? You know, even if you know, okay, it was never a real baby. It was, you know, it was an alien. How could you go down the route, you know, in what, maybe a week's time, 2 weeks' time, telling both sets of parents, I've lost the baby? That is one of the worst things that could ever happen to a human, I think, you know, losing a baby. And fortunately, there's someone kind of within my family kind of network, not directly related to me, it's like a god sister. She unfortunately had a situation where she had a stillbirth. She lost it in like the last week of a pregnancy. And, you know, the pain for not just, you know, the parents to be, but also the next, you know, the family. That is just horrible. And yeah, Gwen just wasn't thinking straight at all, and she should have thought better. But you know what? I think it's very admirable that Rhys is willing to put aside the whole wedding thing. But that little speech that Gwen gave to Rhys, apart from going insanely Welsh, like probably more Welsh than she's ever been before, it was a really, really touching scene.
Forget the money. I want you where they can look after you, right? Getting married today doesn't matter.
It matters to me. It's not about the money, Rhys. I want to marry you today, whatever happens. If the skies suddenly full of spaceships, or an army of weevils climb out of the drains on St. Mary Street, you fool! Do you not understand what I'm saying, Rhys Williams? All I want to do today is marry you. That's all I want to do.
One thing that I think that the episode, it fell down on a little bit, is the kind of climax of the situation with the Nostrovite. In my opinion, I think Rhys should have been the one to deal the killing blow to the alien. That is my solid opinion. Because it was such a badass moment. Obviously, he's used the Singularity Scalpel. He's got rid of the alien spawn, if you like. But then he gets that chainsaw and is going towards her. And he just has this humongous heroic moment.
You're too late. It's gone. I haven't a guts full of you. You get my girlfriend pregnant. You impersonate my mom, and you ruin my wedding day. Fuck.
And I just feel that, okay, it is a funny moment, don't get me wrong. When you're going out, but you think, oh yes, Rhys has got this chainsaw, he's gonna strike it down, and then it stops. And it's like, oh fuck. You know, I get it's intended to be a joke, but Jack coming in there, blowing it to hell, and then him letting out his little quip as well.
How's that for a shapeshift?
For me, because Jack says it afterwards.
And the hero always gets the girl.
For me, that line just would have worked that tiny bit better if Rhys had managed to deliver that killing blow. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. I genuinely feel Rhys should have done that. The rest of the episode, like I said, a lot of comedy. Yes, I think a lot of it was kind of cheesy, kind of obvious. I mean, I didn't personally like the bickering mothers kind of thing. That's been done to death in a lot of things. And you'd like to think that with Rhys and Gwen having been together for as long as they had been, from, I think they said they met around college. So they've clearly been together many, many years. Seriously, what has Gwen done to really annoy Brenda that much? And to the point that she openly says to many people that she thinks that the baby isn't Rhys's. And the dad also said that as well. There's a few things I'm just like, really? Did they need to go down that route realistically? But overall, this episode was a lot of fun. And like I said, it needed to be after the way that the last, 3 or 4 episodes has been. We needed to have a bit of fun. So that's all I'm going to really say on the matter. But I am glad that this episode seems to have now drawn a line under the will they, won't they weird lovers thing between Jack and Gwen. Which, if you've seen any of my reviews before, you know I freaking hate that. I think it's stupid and ridiculous and pointless. Even to the point that in this episode, the first thing you get, you don't just start in with the action. We have a previously on Torchwood. You have that recap from the first episode of the second series, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, where, Gwen tells Jack that she's getting married and, oh, it's because no one else will have me, boo-hoo-hoo. But I said it before in the episode of Meat, and Adam as well. The second season is where you truly see why Gwen loves Rhys. I mean, we all know that Gwen is totally in love with her. It's kind of like Amy and Rory in Doctor Who, that Rory is just utterly besotted with Amy, and, Amy has, those kind of doubts and those kind of niggly moments. This is kind of the same thing with Gwen, but from the episode of Adam, and kind of making Gwen forget who Rhys was. It made her remember why she fell in love with him in the first place. That's why they've been together for so many years. That's why she's getting married to him. And so when she is basically breaking down and telling Rhys, it doesn't matter, this is why I want to get married to you today. It doesn't matter about the money or this alien baby. I just want to marry you. It makes sense because of all the stuff that has come before it. But what did you think of Something Borrowed, the wedding of Gwen and Rhys? Whatever your thoughts are, drop your comments down below, and of course remember to subscribe to the channel if you are new, because remember, it's going to be Doctor Who's 60th anniversary in November. My birthday happens to fall on the anniversary of it. I'm really hoping there's not going to be an episode on the 23rd, because stupidly I didn't even remember that was happening, and I've booked tickets to go see a comedian, Eddie Izzard, who I've wanted to see for many, many years, on my birthday. And then as soon as I booked it, I was like, bugger, what if there's an episode on that day? That's going to throw all of my plans out the window. Oh God, I'm really hoping they don't. But for today, my name is Kevin. I am a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.